G'day, ladies and gentlemen, and all those in between. Welcome back to another episode of Inside the Mind, where as a Chapter 1, Season 1 veteran, I'm going to be bringing you guys the latest and greatest tips, tricks, strategies, and more to winning not only more games, but more crowns in Fortnite Chapter 6. Alright guys, we're going to be landing down here over a bug-swatted beach, of course. Quite a few options, quite a few potential areas to go for this POI. You know, we've done a video about this in the past before. It is definitely one that I'm excited to try again. So guys, if you were keen to see us here, potentially grab that crown win, potentially finish it off for a high elim game, make sure you guys do hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. Alright, we do have, of course, a bunch of bullets going off down in the water there. I would like to go for that, but of course, guys, we want to be getting those shields up ASAP. And I think that no matter what you guys are doing in what stage of the game, you know, if you guys are not trying to ensure that you have that sustenance, right, the ability to sustain these fights, you know, you're going to notice that your games are going to be very, very short-lived. Alright, so we do have, of course, a couple of chuggies here. I'm going to go for the chugs, of course, 3 dropping from a drone. So for those of you who are not aware, who do not already know about these drones, guys, you will, of course, have on the map here a yellow sort of title for the POI. If it's yellow, oh, we've got a person coming on in here. I'm actually going to go for the broom here. Rotate around to the side. Of course, it is a scream. Alright, let's see how we can play this off. We've only got a grey here on the Fury Assault. But let's just run in and grab it. Oh. You know, sometimes you can try and wait out these sorts of fights, right? Sometimes you can try your best to run away and to not actually go for any of the kills, but I feel like the kills will just try and face you and try to find you regardless. He is a very slippery one, isn't he? I want to wait for our stamina before we jump up here. Alright. He does not drop much else there, but we do, of course, have another drone, guys. So that is why we like to come to wherever these sorts of locations are, right, that have that sort of yellow title there. He's going to drop a couple of shockies as well as, there we go, our most loved and favorited sort of chug splashes here. I'm going to use those again to get us back up to that full health. And we'll head on out now, alright? Now, we are, of course, taking a little bit of damage from over to yonder there. And if you guys notice at the start of the game, we actually marked a car over here on the map, right? So we've got our escape vehicle there. I'm going to slowly rotate around, making sure that we're focusing on, okay, where were those shots at? It might be up on this hill here, alright, especially considering there is a bush there. A lot of players this season, especially with the last call, are going to be hiding and using these bushes. So we'll be very, very mindful of that. Alright, he's behind this pumpkin here. We're going to need a little bit more ammunition. So, I'm not a huge fan on this fight. Of course, a fender bender for the initial damage there. Maybe we'll get some off him. Only 20 bullets there, but you know what? It's going to be some. Yeah, it's going to be some bullets. Of course, we will also have one of these sort of capture the flag areas here. So we'll chill here for a bit, guys. We're going to grab some of these Scooby snacks. I know there is a couple of you in the comment section who were saying, Butter, I tell you, why do you never go for the Scooby snacks? Alright, what are the best heals? Do you not like the Scooby snacks? Is there some sort of favoritism going on here? You know, whatever you may think, whatever sort of thoughts you might have about it, the Scooby snacks are actually, I would say, the best shield in the game right now. Alright, they are very, very quick to use, arguably the quickest healing item we've ever had. They will also have up to 250 healing potential, which does max out, I believe. I think that is the most amount of heals and shields you can get in the game right now. So very, very good healing potential there. Alright, now additionally, guys, they will also grant you a bit of a movement speed buff. So I think a lot of players are going to be quite happy to hear that. You know, a lot of players are probably going to be saying, but I tell you, I thought there were some great heals in my time, alright. You know, we had the exotic Slapberry Fizz. You know, we've had these items which have been able to give you not only shield, but mobility as well. But they don't come close to the Scooby Snacks. You know, that sheer amount of quickness, alright. The lack of time required to actually use these, this healing item, is unparalleled. We've never had anything like it before. It is fantastic, right? We are definitely fans, but one and the same, guys. Look, it's been a bit of a slower start to the game, I'd say. We've got a couple of shots over there. I would like some more ammunition, so I think for me, we've got a couple of options right now. If you guys are in a similar sort of situation as well, you want to be trying to go, okay, do I go for kills here to take their ammunition? Or do I go for looting up, right? And I think that's going to always be an option. You can always loot up. There's going to be a lot of POIs. And so, depending on where the zone is in the circle, we could even rotate over to OXR, for example. We've only got a grey. We've only got a grey assault rifle here. So, I would like to get an upgrade there. Of course, coming around into these sorts of locations here, you're going to be able to find ammo boxes, especially these rare ones, which, you know, is always going to be something that I think everyone needs in their life, guys. And of course, if you guys are enjoying this episode so far, make sure you guys do hit that like button and you hit that subscribe button. Alright, we're going to come up here. We're going to go up and around. There were some shots across these thorns here. So maybe we'll be able to come out to the... There they are. Angry Roommate 10 there. He's definitely got one of those bot sort of names, but I tell you, the way that he was running was definitely not giving bot. He will, of course, drop us the Hollow Twister there, as well as some more Scooby Snacks. Look, you can typically mark these on the map, guys, if you find some more heals and you don't have the space for it. You know, same thing if you guys find a car, for example, and you've already got a car. That's fine, that's okay. Mark it on the map, right? You can come back to this. Right, I like to call them backup cars, backup shields for a reason. Unbelievable. Oh, he was right next to him. Alright, I was a little bit too unsure of what actually happened there, but it seems like he'd actually gotten himself into a little bit of a pickle with someone else. You know, and this is alright, so we're going to keep on heading on out of here. Right, we do have OXR up ahead. In terms of our items, look, we've got a green. We've got a green Hollow Twister there, which is going to be quite nice. You know, the green, especially considering we've got the OXR up ahead, which will mean we have the opportunity to maybe even get a gold. You know, we could get a purple. We could get really anything here, which I think is going to be really, really helpful. Now, there is someone up in the tower up there. Oh, no, there he is. Shockwaves here might be the play. Shockwaves into Broom. Should be behind that tower there. He's gone back inside. Oh, poor guy. Poor guy. It's not going his way. It was the crown player, Lil Sevi. I saw him in chat pick up a crown there and get another kill. Unfortunate for him, he got knocked off that sidewall. That is very, very unfortunate, of course. Thank you, though, Sebi, for giving us a decent fight there. We will be able to pick up, of course, not even a crown, but a lot of ammunition. So, we now no longer need that ammunition. Alright, we're going to go and take this up ahead here. I'm trying to look for another car. Do we have a fuel station? We do have a fuel station here, so we might as well go and try and grab our G-Wagon real quick. And we'll head on over and we'll take that out. Alright, we're going to take that out, of course. Alright, there it is. Alright, now we can definitely make sure that we reload our guns, guys. We're going to make sure that that shotgun is reloaded. Alright, now we have taken a little bit of damage here. So, Butter, why aren't you using your Scooby Snacks? You know, what is going on there? Well, look, short and simple, guys. We know where some heals are. We know that there are going to be natural heals on the map. And because the Scooby Snacks are just so good right now, I 100% do not recommend to sort of use them up in situations where you can just get easy heals elsewhere. So I know that there should be some up on this mountain here. I do not want to boost the car just yet, just because we do have a little bit of a ways to go there into the fuel station at the very least. It should be somewhere around here. We should be able to find some slurp barrels. There they are. And you know what? If we get lucky, there it is, a med kit as well. So we can take the med kit now. Now we do not need to use any of those Scooby Snacks. Now this can come back to haunt you as well, so I would try to be mindful of that, right? Oh, hello. Alright. Old mate with the chainsaw over there. Getting a little bit too close for comfort. I'm trying to find, look, if we can't make it to the fuel station in time, I want to find another car, right? I want to find another vehicle to sort of, to hop into instead. Alright, we will be coming up to the center of the map here. Alright, will be another option for that fuel. Right up ahead in 600 meters, guys. I don't think we're going to make it. I really don't. We do have another car here, though. So I'm going to go for this vehicle. We're going to grab it. We might go for this rift pod. And I think that's something, you know, that is really going to help a lot of players, guys, is to just remain on objective, right? Try to ensure that you guys are following the flow of the game. Right, every season there is going to be a different flow. Alright, and the flow is essentially the order in which you go for certain objectives, right? So take the car out of course, dodging the first shot. Old mate with the jack-o'-lantern launcher, pumpkin launcher. It's going to be coming up that side there. Oh, fair play to you. Looks like we both got terrible aim. Well played to GNR Love there. Didn't really drop anything I kind of want. I would like another vehicle though, so we'll head back on down through the city. Maybe even go up on the train tracks to stay safe. I'm checking down at that road with the left. I now check to the right. I check my flanks. There's a lot of high ground mountains here, guys. A lot of areas where players could be watching us. You know, this car, there's a car down there. This car is very, very low, so I do not want to be traveling in that. So as soon as I spot this other car, this is why I'm rotating down, okay? Of course, jumping off of a zip line or one of those little tight ropes will ignore all fall damage. So this is something I do see a lot of players neglecting, is those zip lines, the same ones that go up and down that you can sort of traverse on, or the horizontal ones like that. They will all disable fall damage when you hop off them. So managed to get into the car here. I'm going to get ready for him to hop out of the car. A couple of players here. Might actually do a little bit of mischief there. There's a car over there. I'm going to take the broom over to the G-Wagon now. We'll rotate over to the G-Wagon, guys. I do see Lord Heinous in the chat getting quite a nice kill. And I want to reload our gun. We haven't had a chance to reload it yet. Unless old mate decides to follow up here. Just going to get some distance there. He's getting a little bit greedy. Yes, that can work. You can definitely do a bit of damage to cars you chase. However, you will always, every time, 100% of the time, will be on the back foot. Alright, now he could technically catch up to us, considering we're in a G-Wagon and he's got the whiplash, but look, I do believe the only way, or one of the best ways to sort of do car fighting like that is to get in front of the person and then switch out and shoot them from behind. So unfortunate there. Let's see if we can't maybe grab him from the side here. Could be in that house. Do a couple of cheeky beeps there, and we'll try and rotate up. Of course, we do have quite a couple of shotgun shots over there. He is in the house. I want this high ground, guys. That is what we're after here. We're after the high ground. See old mate in the car over to the distance. Try and damage that, of course. If we can remove these vehicles from the game. Uh-oh. We're going to be able to remove a lot of the outplay potential, right, as well. So, again, we get in front of the car. It's a little bit trickier considering he does have a faster car than us. Alright, back into the driver's seat. Of course, you've got to switch through 3 other seats here in the G-Wagon. We got old mate with the lead spitter up there. I feel like what we want to be doing here in this situation is trying to remove the other cars. Right now, I need to reload the gun. Alright, there's one of them removed. And now that he's got sight on us, he's got the low ground, which is good, but he's also got a ability to shoot out our car. So I move the car off the hill. And we hide behind it like so. Do see Brado Bruiser getting a kill there. Alright, got Elite Speak name there. Shout out to all those Elite Speak users. Of course, we want to check our flank here, guys. We've still got zone. Our car is in a safe spot. We will check our 6. Make sure, okay. Got some shockwaves here, which we can use. I'm going to mark this on the map because we're going to... There's a Flowberry Fizz there, right? We can use that for shield. But I wanted to sort of check out in that field. I'm trying to go, okay, where are these places that a lot of players could try to take us off guard with? Old mate up on the hill all the way back there. Try and dodge some of those shots. Very, very great play there by that player. But however, we've also got those Scooby Snakes, guys. So let us get behind into cover here. Of course, crouching. And then, of course, the broom to follow up here with a little bit of mobility. Quite a lot of damage there. Will it be enough to get out here? It might not be. Of course, we're going to have a lot of fast healing here. You want to be listening for the shockwaves. We've got quite a few of them. It really is anyone's guess on who will be able to heal. It's basically about who can heal up here, right? The quickest. It's going to be shooting those thorns there. We have got our heals up. Now it's time to reload our guns. Might go for the bush here just for a moment. And now we know that there are 2 other players. We don't need to win this. Alright, we do not need to win the 1v1. We just need to win the 1v2. Alright, so guys, if you have enjoyed this episode so far, you know what 2 buttons to press right now. We're going to wait for this zone to move. We're going to crouch up here. Yep, now they're in a fight. This is where we run. This is where we run. And we're going to try and take these 2 players off guard. We know he's in that bush. Alright, he's trying to remove a lot of cover here, which is a very smart play. If I can get up behind him, this could be dastardly for him. Of course, it's going to be a hell of a risk here. Right, it really, really will be. Because we do not want to have sound. Right, we want to make sure he doesn't know we're coming up behind him. We also want to be checking this side flank here, because that's where likely the other player is going to be. And we don't want to be picked off by him either. Alright, now I don't think he knows we're coming, but guys, it could be anyone's guess here. Again, make sure you do hit those 2 buttons if you want us to win this game, if you want to wish us that luck in the moment. Alright, let us see. He's in a bush, I think. He might be in this bush here. Oh. Need to reload the shotgun here. Crouch, of course, to disable the... Wrong button, butter! Brado Bruiser will be getting the kill there. Well played to him, bro. That's good. You know, that is a fair play to him. Guys, if you did enjoy that episode, make sure you hit that like button. You hit that subscribe button, and as always, take care. Garnier.